Welcome to Founders Feature, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Zach Young, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're joined by Jessica Flower of Impact Me Coaching, a fitness and wellness coach dedicated to helping busy individuals transform their health, strength, and confidence through sustainable habits and structured accountability. Jessica empowers clients to lose fat, build muscle, boost energy, and create long-term lifestyle change, even in the middle of demanding work and family schedules. God knows we all have them. Her mission is to make fitness approachable, realistic, and deeply personal so clients can reclaim control of their well-being and step into a stronger, more empowered version of themselves. Jess, a very, very warm welcome to Founders Feature.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great episode. We have a lot to dive into here. Before we do, I do like to start with your background though. So before fitness coaching, can you walk us through what were you doing previously and what was really your inspiration to get into this space?
Yeah, so my background employment-wise, I was mainly in hospitality. And then I did do a sales role. When I was in that sales role, my partner at the time was actually a personal trainer. And that's when I sort of got an idea of what personal training was about, and then obviously living the lifestyle as well. So when I did decide to become a personal trainer, I was just at the gym one day and I was like, why don't I just become a PT? Then I can balance work, life, fitness all together. And I also am really passionate about inspiring others, encouraging others, supporting others. So it just made sense to me to put it all together.
Yeah, love that. Some of those earlier sales jobs can be a grind. That's for sure. Was there some cold calling involved? Anything like that?
Yep. And I'll be honest with you, I am not built for sales. So I was a sales rep, and I had to go out and cold calls to go into every single business and introduce myself and the products. And
Jess, so from sales to PT, totally get that. Could you walk us through, what does working with Jess look like today? Walk us through, how do you structure your work with your clients? Who are your typical clients? Everything like that.
Absolutely. So when I stepped into PT, I'll be honest, I didn't know that there was so much work when it comes to, sourcing your own clients and leads, and there is a selling point to what you do. So I did sort of step into it with a completely different mindset. So I stepped in going, I really want to help single moms that want to be able to work out and, look after their children, and, ones that aren't working the position that I was in. And then when I got into the gym, it just sort of didn't work like that. So my whole mindset changed once I started to get going. And to be honest, it did take me a good couple of months to build my confidence. And just, I am very lucky that I have incredible mentors and support in the gym and around me on social media. So it's been a lot of hard work. So how it's changed is really, I guess, one, I really had to work on my confidence and to sort of find my niche and what I was actually aiming for. Now I'm very open to, obviously I do focus on strength training and weight loss, but the big one is mental health. I have really realized how much mental health is connected to physical health, and how that's where most of the hurdles and barriers come from for people. And mental health has always been something that I've always been very passionate about, having my own mental health issues, and then like growing up with my family as well. So I have been quite passionate about it. With my business, the one thing I have struggled with is I just want to help everybody. So when they come to me and they're like, I really want to do this and lose weight, and I need, my mental health, and but I don't have money. And I'm like, I really want to help you. And I've had to, learn that, okay, as much as I really want to help everyone, this is my business and I do have rent and I do have outgoing payments that, that I need to keep up with. So I guess where I'm still learning really about where I'm heading and like how I structure things. But it's, I guess trying to find that balance between the
Yeah.
two is helping people and trying to have those
Mm,
boundaries as well.
absolutely. You try to help everybody, you'll end up helping nobody. And that's tough to
Exactly.
hear sometimes, but it is true. Right.
Yes.
So, I mean, the entrepreneurial journey, it's a journey and it's a rough
Yes.
one, right?
Yeah. I was
It's
not prepared for this.
yeah, yeah. You think, oh man, I'm gonna have more time and stuff like that. It's like, I mean, most people are working like double
No.
what they were. Yeah, to start
I
off, you will have
yeah.
no time.
Yep, I work all day, night, and weekends. Yep. So, and
Jeez.
that's I just have to really at the beginning, I did run into the problem of trying to keep up and balance my son, and then once I started to see how much it was affecting him, I had to step back and then make sure that I was balancing, time with him and my business at the same time. And the important thing was when I needed to tap out from the business, I needed to tap out. And that's where I was so like, I am very lucky that my clients are so understanding and supportive. So I'd say, hey guys, I'm out of admin. I'll be back tomorrow, send everything through. I'll catch up over the next couple of days and everyone is great.
Good. Very good. Okay. And are you still doing a lot of work in person? Are you doing work online?
Yes.
What does that look like?
Yes. So when I first started, I actually was not online really at all. I
Mhm.
think my Instagram had about 60 followers. I didn't even use social media. And my PTM, who's my main mentor, he said, you need to start posting online. You need to build social media up so that when members look at the board and see you, they can see who you are and what you're about. And that was a really big hurdle for me to overcome, recording myself and putting it on. And I was very vulnerable. But after a couple of months, I started to really enjoy it. I started to make some different new friends in the industry. And I think now it's up to like over 400 followers. And that's like since June this month. So I've put a lot of work into online.
Mhm.
In the gym, I am there usually 4 days a week. I try and do all my sessions. And then the Thursday and nighttime and weekend is usually my admin, all the behind the scenes stuff. And then
Got it.
obviously being a mum as well.
Yeah, the most important. That is for sure.
Yes,
I'm curious. So
absolutely.
the clients that you work with, are most of them in your local area and like you're training with them physically at the gym, or do you have some clients who are completely online that you don't see in person?
Yes, so I did have a client. So I do in person at the gym, and I do online coaching also. I have just started. I am going to be doing mobile. So I did have a client on the Gold Coast because I'm actually located in Brisbane, and because of work, it was just getting too difficult for him to keep up. So he paused his program, and now that I am going mobile, he's now going to pick up some PT sessions and programming again.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm curious, how do you feel about the online coaching, I would say world, right? Because you're very in the physical right now. Hey, I'm working with people local in my area where there's fitness coaches working with people across the globe, right? What are your
Yes,
thoughts
yeah.
on it?
Look, I love it. I think it is such a great idea, especially for like, and I assume it was COVID that really kicked it off for people. I think especially for being a solo mum, having that to fall back on if something happens and I can't get into the gym and I can only coach my clients online. I've got a client who's about to go overseas for a month, and then in a few months she'll go over for a year. So she will continue with me over online. Sorry.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. So starting to get into that online sphere universe, you could call it. Do you find your, let's see, do you see yourself in the future purely only working with people online? So you're working with people from the US, Canada, Europe. Do you see that as a future, or do you kind of like where you're at with the mostly local?
I would love the opportunity to be working with people all over the world,
Mm.
and online. I would love also to be doing PT in person as well. I think I would love to have a real good balance of both because I really enjoy both.
Mm. Got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You got the flexibility on the online,
Yes,
but it sounds like you really enjoy that human connection in the
I
gym.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Very good. I think you touched on it a little bit. Currently, are you getting most of your clients from the gym itself? Like they come into the gym, they see you're a trainer, you talk to them, and then they become clients. Is that how it works?
Yeah, yeah. So most of our leads are from the gym, or
Mhm.
you're on the floor, you're meeting members. Other clients, or yeah, other clients that I've come met. Sorry, other leads that I've generated are from online. So posting to like the Facebook community groups, and yeah, just trying to communicate with people, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, and I've just started TikTok, so I was a little bit late to the late to the scene.
That's okay. People give mixed reviews of TikTok, right? So probably
Yeah,
not the worst one
it's
to be
it's a lot
late.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm curious, is there typically a set time frame that you work with your clients for? It's like, hey, Zach, we're signing you up. We start with a minimum of 3 months. Is that how it works, or kind of walk us through that process?
So with that, it's purely up to the clients. I've got one
Mhm.
client that just she set a time. She said, "Okay, I'm going to sign up from now until February, and then reassess at in February at that date," which I'm totally fine with. I also offer a 2 week trial. Like I'm more than happy for them to trial it for 2 weeks and see how they feel, and then they can choose to stay on. Look, most clients have stayed on. I kicked off my first 6 week challenge, and that member ended up taking on PT as well, and she's now decided that she's going to continue past the 6 week, because she's really enjoying the programming and the PT. So that's nice to hear.
Perfect. Do they get to choose like how many times they're training with you in person?
Yes, so I have all different programs. So it's set up basically to suit everyone's circumstances and their budgets. I am quite restricted in the gym. Obviously, being a solo mum, I've only got between the school care hours, which unfortunately is the quietest time of the gym. So I miss all the peak times. So the early morning, late afternoon, evening, and weekends, I can't be in there. So I do feel like I have to work quite hard to try and catch the people that are coming in through the day, or that, yeah. I've got a client who is a nurse, so she's very busy. So she does once a fortnight.
Mm.
So yeah, so I try and meet everyone where they are, and then with my packages, I have them so they're set out to try and suit everyone's budget.
Yeah, absolutely. Very important. Life is hectic. So
Yeah,
it's got to be
absolutely. Yeah,
flexible.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So you've grown your Instagram page pretty well over the last few months. What would you say is kind of like the strategy you've been using to grow it? Is, a lot of long form content, some short form content? What does that look like?
Yeah, so at the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. So I just started popping up some videos, and I would watch other fitness creators, see what they were posting, and just get an idea of how other even creators that weren't even in the fitness industry, what they were doing. I would start just following everybody, anyone in the fitness industry, anyone that I might know. I just started to try and build up that following by just following all the different people. Started to engage with people. I made some really good friends with people online. I connected up with Elite Supplements, so now I'm an ambassador for Elite Supps. And then the other thing, what I have started to do in the last few months is I started to try and mix up the posting a little bit, so it wasn't just the same thing over and over again. I introduced my son in, but when I did my challenge, he came in and did some videos with me, which people loved. I did
Mm.
a couple of just random videos that actually had nothing to do with fitness. It was just like, hey, this is my day, um, and just to see what time of day people are watching videos, where, like, funny enough, I'm in Brisbane, and it's mainly Sydney and Melbourne that do watch my videos, which was quite interesting. From here, I am going to start putting a little bit more, a bit more of a message in my videos. So there's a lot of questions that clients ask. So I'm going to start answering some of those questions through my videos, or start talking a little bit more about why I do what I do in the gym. So I've got some back issues like scoliosis and a muscle imbalance. So I have to work around that with myself. So I'll start posting videos about that. So other people, then they can get something from the video, not just see me working out.
Yeah, I think it's a good mix. I mean, I love the fact that you were just doing some personal stuff on there. It wasn't about fitness, because I feel like in this day and age of like AI slop, like human
Yes.
connection and personality is going to be what sets, like the top people apart versus the people kind of just in the middle. So I love you're doing that, but then also, you got to provide the value as well. So I love that mixture. That's for sure. Love that. Just 2026 is slowly creeping up on us, or quickly, you could say.
Yes.
I'm curious, do you have any goals you've set for yourself in the business for next year you're looking to achieve?
My main goal is to build up a steady clientele, and then to keep building from there. But my main goal right now is to build a steady clientele, and then make that next goal from there. Ideally, for the future, what I would like to see is obviously being stable and continuously growing and continuously learning, continuously helping and supporting. I want more success stories. Like, I've got one lady that I took on who couldn't afford PT, and it was right when I started. And the doctor did tell her that if she didn't lose weight, she was like, it wasn't going to be good. There was some mental health issues and eating disorder. And so I decided to take her on for free. And because it was a 6-week batch that I gave her, now she applied herself. She worked incredibly hard. So it got to the 6th week, and I said, I don't want to see you go backwards. I actually want to see you continue to go forward. I will keep you on if you keep applying yourself. Really appreciate this opportunity, take advantage of it. And she has. Like, I think this year she's lost 20 kilos. With me, when we've last calculated, I think we were at the 10-week mark or something. She'd lost about 10 kilos through the programming and PTing. So to me, her winning was a huge win for me. You can't put a price on that. So that's what I want to see next year, is more wins, more people succeeding, more people, achieving their goals and staying on track.
I love that. A lot of impact to be made. Lord knows there's a lot of people who need it out there.
And that's where the name comes from. That was the sole purpose of where Impact Me Coaching came from.
Perfect. Jess, such a pleasure having you on. Where can the listeners find you? Where can they connect with you online?
Absolutely. So Instagram, Impact Me Coaching. I believe my Facebook is under Jessica Flower, but it is my Good Life photo and Impact Me Coaching picture. And TikTok is Impact Me Coaching as well. And then I have just opened a website. So it's www.impactmecoaching.com.au.
Perfect. Jess, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time today.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And that will wrap up another inspiring episode of the Founders Feature. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go and connect with Jess on her social media and website. All of those links will be in the show notes and description down below. And if you are a business owner, a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're looking to scale your business, and you really want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we went from 0 to 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.